Hey, Bob. Oh, hey, Hattie. Hey, man, I just wanted to tell you how much I appreciate what you do. Thanks, Hattie. Yeah, the people needs more people like you talking about hatlessness to kind of like normalize it, because if I told anybody that I don't wear a hat at home, they would freak out and they would think I was super weird. Yeah, I mean, people think I'm weird too, but I'm okay with that. Aw, man, I just admire your confidence so much, man. I could never do that. Well, if you want hatlessness to be normal, don't people have to know that people out there are hatless? Isn't that how something becomes normal, as we talk about it? Well, yeah. And the more people we have out there talking about hatlessness openly, the better, right? Isn't that how something becomes normal? By spreading awareness? Of course, yeah, of course. So, keeping it super secret like this, that's kind of the opposite of normalization then, right? But what if people don't like me anymore? Well, I mean, there are people that don't like me. I've lost friends over being hatless. There are people who won't talk to me anymore because I told them I go to hatless resorts with my family. But you know what? The friends that have stuck with me through all of that, we're closer than ever. I think if you have reasonable friends, they'll hear you out. I mean, maybe. I mean, I just don't have your confidence, Bob. Well, Hattie, I didn't start out confident. I started out super concerned about what people thought about me. Really? Yeah. You see, getting rejected by people is actually part of what gave me confidence. Because after getting rejected by people, I figured out that I was kind of still okay, even though people rejected me. And that was a huge confidence booster. But something else that's at least that important, maybe even more important than you know, tolerating rejection, is having a supportive group of people around you that can kind of support you through that rejection. I had that, and I think that was a huge help to me. I could see that, yeah. But ultimately, people's opinions of me don't really matter to me anymore. What matters most to me is God's opinion of me and, you know, doing the right thing. That's way more important to me than what anyone thinks of me, you know? I think you're totally right, man. But like, what about my church family? What if they kick me out? Like, or what if they treat me different? Oh, Hattie. Well, if your church is gonna mistreat you over something the Bible doesn't condemn, are you sure that's the best place for you to be? I mean, I think so. They're really good people. But not so good that you could tell them about the wholesome, healing, healthy life choice of being hatless on the weekend? Oh, no way. I couldn't tell them about that. But they're super kind, you know, understanding, reasonable people. They think it's weird to be hatless, right? Totally. But they think of you as a pretty level-headed, upstanding person? Of course. See, then you're exactly the kind of person that we need talking more openly about hatlessness. It's hard for people to see something as normal when they don't know anyone who does it, you know? I guess that makes sense. Sure. Keeping hatlessness so secret is why it's weird. If more people understood how many upstanding, level-headed people like you and me there are out here going hatless, then I think it would be more normal and we could have more productive conversations about hatlessness. Yeah, I think you're right. So, I mean, if we want to normalize hatlessness, then what we need is more people like you to talk kindly and openly and reasonably about hatlessness. I think that's the best way forward, don't you? Right, exactly. If more people would just talk about it, it would be more normal. There's a hill we have to climb there, right, where early on we'll still be perceived as weird. But in the end, I think that if enough of us talk about it openly and frankly, then we'll get past that eventually. And people will be able to be hatless without being afraid of being thought of as weird, you know? I think you're totally right, man. I think that's how we do this. So what do you say, Hattie? Why don't you look for some opportunities to tell some of your close friends about hatlessness? Oh no, man, I couldn't do that. They would think I was super weird. that's about it for this video. Yeah, if you're concerned about hatlessness, or let's say, you know, your church family disapproves of your choice of swimsuit. If you wear two-piece bathing suits or skin-tight bathing suits or whatever, your church family disagrees with that, well, you're not going to get kicked out over it. You want to know why? Because lots of people do that. I mean, your church family might disapprove, but they're not going to freak out about it because at this point, enough people are doing it that it's kind of shrug-worthy. And I grew up in the Southern Baptist Convention, and a bunch of, you know, more fundamental type Baptist churches down here are very against the consumption of alcohol. But none of the churches I've ever been to have descended into like church discipline over it. It's just more of a conscience thing. And I think part of that is because it's so widespread and so normal and people talk pretty freely about it. So I think if hatlessness is going to be accepted by the church as something that we can disagree about, that we can agree to disagree about, that we can do Romans 14 with, or even just that they think it's wrong for everyone, but it's not so atrocious that you get total societal rejection, then I think what we need is for more people to talk about it. Whoa. Anyhow, secrecy is the opposite of normalization. That's the whole point of the video, and I hope this little skit was, you know, entertaining, at least. But anyhow, this episode of Mudwalkers has been brought to you by my generous supporters over on Patreon. Shout out to Nature Him, Todd, Jacob, J Sweets, Edward, John S, Joseph, Charlie, Lionheart, Adam, Edward T, Nate, Cyan, John W, Clifton, Trev, Scott, None Here, Alan, Marty, Hank, Austin, Martin, Gabriel, Incidental Star, Dorian, and Naked AJ. Guys, thank you so much for everything you're doing over on Patreon. You guys are making all this possible. You're keeping my work sustainable, so thank you. Genuinely thank you. As for the rest of you who are not patrons yet, go check out the link in the description. We have very affordable options. I'm not saying that you've got to be a patron, you know, for life, sign on the dotted line, you know, and keep supporting me for years and years on end, or I will hate you. No, it's just that, you know, hey, if you can, you know, spend $5 this month or $10 this month or something like that, and then you want to stay on for a month or 2 months or whatever, and then bow out, by all means do that. I'm not made of money either. That's why I'm trying to, that's why I'm advertising via Patreon, is because I myself don't have the money to do Mudwalkers. I need your help. And you're not made of money either. I get that. So don't feel pressure to like be a Patreon supporter all the time. If you want to be, I won't turn you away. By all means, please do that if you can, but like, no pressure either. So okay, so at this point I'm rambling about the thing that I usually do after I ramble, so that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Big tree limb just fell down. Oh, no way, man. They think I was super weird. Oh, no way, man. They think I'm super weird. Oh, no, man. No way. They think I was super weird. Oh, no way, man. They think I was super weird. Oh, no way, man. They think... Oh, no, man. They think I'm super weird. Nah, I couldn't do that. They would think I was weird. Nah, they would think I was super weird.